Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another Muslimah Diaries. If you're new here, I'm Azara, and this is just our little safe space in our little corner of the internet. No pressure, no perfection, no script, just real conversations. So like I said, today's video doesn't really have a topic. I just wanted to kind of sit down and chat with you guys just about how I've been feeling, like we're on FaceTime. Just want to just talk a little bit. So as you may know, I have been a little quiet on social media lately for personal reasons. I just feel like along the way I've kind of forgot that social media is not real and you just get so caught up in old stuff. Everybody's story is different as to why they left, but I just feel like I was worried about, not posting enough or being perceived by the Haram police. And then too, someone had just made a fake page of me and I just needed a mental reset. Not really because I was giving up or I wasn't creating, because I was still dropping on YouTube. But like, I just needed to remember who I was outside of the internet. Like during that time, yes, I took a break, but I was also running every day, been prepping for a new job, spending time reflecting, just trying to become more intentional with what I do and with my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not just online, but privately, making, like I said, my steps more intentional. And I just feel like that's where real growth happens. When you take a step back and you reflect and take accountability and so on and so forth. Because we get so wrapped up in social media when that stuff is not real. And you know, life changes. Your friendships change. Your priorities change. Sometimes you're the only Muslimah in your household, in your community, and you're just trying to figure out life, taking everything one step at a time, and it can feel isolating. But I just want you guys to know that if you're ever feeling lonely, or if you ever felt lonely as a revert, or just as a human being in general, you're not alone. I know the pressure can be hard on us sometimes as Muslims, but just know that the idea of having everything figured out pretty much overnight, y'all, that's not real. It's not reality. We're learning, we're growing, we're making mistakes, we're asking questions, we're trying again, we're quitting, we're getting back up, we're reflecting, taking accountability. Growth isn't always loud. Sometimes growth can be making all five salats, deleting something that is hurting your mental, hurting your heart, or just taking a log off of social media because is affecting your peace. Those things, they matter as well. You don't just don't let social media make you feel like you're behind. To my Muslims out there, maybe you're not married yet, maybe you're starting over, maybe you're changing your careers, or maybe you're getting back into school, or just rebuilding your relationship with Allah. Maybe you're rebuilding yourself, but do not compare your timeline to someone else's. People only post their highlights. They don't post the tears, the anxiety, the uncertainty. You know, you only see a small bit of what's in someone's life and not the entire picture. Lately I've been just learning to enjoy my own company, going on my runs, stepping outside, sitting in silence, listening to the Quran, and just thinking of new things to learn every day. If you can't enjoy your own company, you'll spend your entire life waiting on other people to come into your life to make you feel complete, and that's not reality, and it's not contentment. Only Allah can fill that space in your heart. So while everyone else is rushing and running around with their heads cut off like chickens, whatever that saying is. I'm slowing down. I'm being more intentional. I'm being more disciplined, choosing consistency and not perfection. And I kind of want my YouTube channel to reflect that. I'm not a scholar. I'm not perfect. Don't pretend to have all the answers. I'm just a black revert Muslimah, sharing my experiences and my journey, and I want you guys to come along with me. If I make a mistake, may Allah forgive me and guide us all. Alhamdulillah. But I do want to say your value isn't determined by your following count, relationship status, or your income, or how many things you've accomplished by a certain age. Allah knows exactly where you are. He knows exactly where He put you in your path. He knows what you're praying for, what you're making dua for. Just keep showing up, keep trying. Even if today you took one small step towards your next big goal, just keep trying, one step closer to Allah. What's the saying? If you go running, if you walk to Him, if you crawl to Allah, He will run to you. If you walk to Him, He will run to you. But anyway, my intent was there. Just stop measuring your worth by how fast your life is moving. Keep making your dua, like I said. Keep making your salat. One sincere step towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is never wasted. Thank you guys for sitting with me today. And if there's something you guys would like for me to cover or talk about, please drop it below in the comments. Wa alaykum as-salaamu, rahmatullahi, barakatuh. I'll see you guys in the next video.